Hi there, welcome. Today's recipe is Bolognese sauce. Okay? First thing what we're gonna do, we're gonna turn the pot medium to high heat and we're gonna add some oil. Now, while we are waiting for the oil to get a little bit hot, we are going to start peel 2 medium onions. Always remember, before you do any recipes, please do make sure that you've got all the ingredients. Before you start any recipes, and also make sure that you read the method. So now the oil should be hot. We're gonna fry the minced meat. We're gonna add some rosemary and some bay leaves. Also, I'm gonna add some mixed spice in there. Just a tablespoon or a little bit more minced spice. So now we're gonna cook the minced beef. We're going to continue with the chopping of the ingredients. Now I've got 4 cloves of garlic. We're going to peel them. And roughly chop the garlic. Bolognese is one of my favorite sauces. I can do, as you can see, a little bit more. So, if I don't use it, it can easily put in the freezer. So now we've got the garlic. We're gonna quickly chop the garlic in there, and what we're going to do now, we're going to put into this container for the time being. Okay, so that's the garlic. Now we're going to roughly chop the onion. And we're going to add the onion with the garlic. Okay? I know a lot of cooks, chefs, housewives, they intend to do start to cook the onion and the garlic and the carrots first. But I find out that if I add the onions, the carrots and the garlic just in midway of cooking the minced beef, will come much more with flavor. Just roughly chop the onion, as you can see. As long as it's not too big, that's fine. So we've got the onion and the garlic there. Now we're going to chop the peel and chop the carrots. Remember always to use a container for the peelings, so you can work nice and clean. So yes, I was telling you, I put the onions, the garlic and the carrots midway through, so the flavors, they go into the minced beef. Now we are going to chop the carrots. Okay. Again, as long as they are not too big, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to put the carrots with the onions and garlic. There's no need to be exact, just quickly chop the carrots. As you can see, when I lift the chopping board, I always use a wet cloth. So that way, the chopping board doesn't slide. As you can see, it's nice and safe. Okay? Now, we can add, give it a good stir, the minced beef, and we can add the carrots, onions, and garlic with the minced beef. Okay, so all the taste of the onion and garlic and carrots goes into the minced beef, and at the end we end up with beautiful Bolognese. We're gonna let the carrots and onions to cook a little bit there. Now we make sure that we've got the rest of the ingredients ready. So we're going to use some tomato paste in there, some red wine, some chopped tomatoes, and passata, which is tomato juice. And we'll finish it up with a little bit of mixed herbs and seasoning. For method recipes with pictures, please do log on our website robnjays.com or like us on our Facebook page Rob and Jays. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram as well. And please do share our work so other families will benefit. Thank you very much for that. So now after the carrot and the onion and the garlic, they cooked a little bit, we're going to add the tomato paste. So here's a good trick when you're making Bolognese sauce. Okay, we're going to add the tomato paste in there. Tomato paste is serving us for good color and the thickness of the sauce. So now we're going to mix the tomato puree with the ingredients inside, with the minced beef, the onions, the carrots, and that gives us that beautiful red color. So now here lies the trick when you do the Bolognese sauce, right? So when you add the tomato puree, we have to make sure that we have to cook it as much as we can. Even sometimes, even if it starts to stick to the bottom of the pan, that's when showing us that is ready to continue with the recipe. Okay, so why we do that? So we take as much as we can the acidity of the tomato puree. That is why this stage is very, very important. Okay, so we're gonna let the tomato paste as cook as much as we can. So then we reduce the acid from the tomato paste. You can hear the sound when you stir it. You can leave it as much as you can there. Then we're going to add the red wine, reduce, and finish it with the chopped tomatoes and passata and the rest of the ingredients. We're going to leave the Bolognese to simmer for about 2 hours. That again is another important step when you're making the Bolognese sauce. Again, we need to cook the acidity as much as we can. We're going to add the red wine now. Nicely. Give it a good stir. We can turn the heat full. And we're going to let the red wine to reduce about 1 to 2 minutes. The last thing we want, and this happens a lot, is we go to eat and then we eat Bolognese and then we end up with a lot of heartburn. That's because the Bolognese is not cooked long enough. It will have a lot of acidity inside. So you can see the red wine is reduced. Now we can add the chopped tomatoes. Look at that, beautiful. Always wash, add a little bit water and give it a good stir. Okay, and we're going to add the passata in there. Look at that, beautiful. You can top it up with water as well because it's going to stay like a long time simmering Okay, so we're gonna make sure, we're gonna bring it to the boil. Okay, we're gonna make sure I filled it up too much, but that's alright because it will reduce nicely. We bring it to the boil and we let it simmer gentle for about 2 hours. And then we add the mixed herbs, bring it to the boil, and then we're gonna let simmer really gentle on a low heat. So now, after about 2 hours, don't forget to give it a stir in between. During the 2 hours simmering, don't forget to give it stir. And if you see it getting less water, you can top it up with a little bit water. You can turn off the heat. We add the mixed herbs. We're gonna give it a good seasoning. Give it a good stir. And we've got beautiful Bolognese sauce. For more video recipes, please click the bottom right hand corner to subscribe to our YouTube channel to receive more recipe ideas. And thank you very much for watching and have a good day. Bye now. Bye bye.